What's good? Y'all know what it is. Your boy Big Boosie, man. We live on IG, man. That's a fact. We live on IG. We live on IG. Let's get to it. Wait for a few people to come up in here. Got some things to do, some things to talk about. Durham Meats, what's good? Money earned, what's good? Got a lot to talk about, people. It's getting crazy out here. Very, very crazy. We in danger for the black man just to be out here, do a lot of hard work to get in position to be somebody, to take care of their family. And the only thing the police, or should I say the government, have to do, or the prosecutors have to do, is come up with a few documents and say that you are trafficking, RICO, all of the above, and don't even have no real evidence towards it. They just did Young Thug and them the same way, and Young Thug would have beat that case. But he got tired of sitting in there, in jail, fighting and fighting. But he would have came home, and that would have put a dent in that. They are trying to bring big public figures in the face of, let's just say, America on TV, and get away with doing a RICO so they can practice. They're practicing. They're trying to see if they can get away with it. If they get away with it, that's going to be equivalent to sending black men to jail easy with that RICO. They putting the RICO out so easily, and that faces too much time. And people that really get RICOs are the big dogs, as y'all know, the mob style type of people, and giving it to regular people. My little homie, I just posted it. His name is Young Drama. He was with Cash Out. Cash Out and his mother got brought down for some stuff with RICO, and they had my boy charged with it. Thank God he had some money, and he had to spend 85 grand just to get out of it, and he's just a regular person. So, that tells you right there what they are trying to do. So we are in danger. We can't be out here agreeing to what's going on. And this Tisa Tells female, I was a big fan of her. I was rocking with her. Now, she just showed her hand that she's trying to push the envelope for Puff to go down. She just put out a claim that he is, just because they dropped 3 charges. They dropped 3 charges on Puff, which was some of the biggest ones. And she's still saying, well, they dropped those charges, but we still gonna get a conviction or the prosecutor could still get a conviction due to other things, the other charges, and still carry up to a lot of time. And Puff spoke out about some big dogs or big names that's behind the scenes. And that's dangerous to be putting that type of word out there that somebody is snitching. So why would you do that, Tisa Tell? And I meant to tag her in this joint. Any of y'all know her, please tag her. Because at the end of the day, she need to take that down. I'm not mad at nobody that's not supporting Diddy. That's not what I'm saying. You don't have to support him. I don't support Diddy on a lot of things. I watch him curse people out, talk to him like they kids with his staff. And I was just standing there with my bro, Herb McGruff, and he was there with Jadakiss and the Locks and them. I watched that, and I don't like nobody that talk down or, look at people in another way. I don't agree that Puff put his hands and feet on Cassie. Never, ever would I agree to that. It's not cool. What I don't agree to is the prosecution want to lock a person up for one charge, but talking about something else that make them look gruesome and will trick a person that ain't really paying attention to say he's guilty for what, not for what he's charged for. And that's not right to send somebody to jail for something that they are not charged for. That's not right. And then saying someone's snitching, that's dangerous. And that's very dangerous. We got to learn from what happened with Nipsey, man. We got to learn from what happened to Nipsey. And that's not cool. Hold on, y'all. I had to bring my brother up here, man. I had to bring my brother up here. And see, why I'm bringing him up here, because he's a guy that comes from where we all come from, and some people had it worse. Come from the mud all the way to where he at now. And he's doing right by the community. He's a guy that been out there thugging, bugging. Y'all seen him on the Smack DVDs, him with the Shay Davises, the OTF guys. He's one of them, and he changed his life around. He changed his life. This is Q Life. And I had to bring him up here, but I wanted to get into some Tisa stuff, and then I'm gonna get into the things that my bro is doing out here, because it's very important, because he speaks the same language I speak, and that's a fact.
Definitely.
So Durham Meats up there said OTF 100, and Durham Meats, they are from Canada. They're a big car club, just like the BBS boys. I thought they was here in Durham. I didn't know they had a Durham in Canada. I spoke with him, homie, real cool too.
Okay.
So, yeah, they all way in Canada. And Durham Meats, I want you to understand that this right here is one of the guys, one of the original OTFs, and this is before Lil Durk and them. No disrespect to Lil Durk and them. Shady and them talked to him about it, and it was supposed to be OTF from Chicago, OTF over here. That's a whole nother story. I just want y'all to know who's up here with me on this camera right now. Somebody that's official that can speak to these kids. But I just want to get to Tisa real quick. Tisa, this goes out to you, man. You should not be putting a name on a person while they are incarcerated. He just went to trial. At the end of the trial, why would he have to snitch? He should have did all that at the beginning of it. The prosecutor dropped the charges. You know why they dropped the charges? Because they see that they was losing. So the feds don't like to lose, and they're not going to have that on their record. So they'll rather go with, I dropped the charges. Now, if he do get convicted on the other little things or whatever, all right, cool. But Tisa is going hard, as if she's down with the prosecution. She's not understanding this. They are putting our black public figures in jail in front of the cameras. This is what they was doing before these cameras and social media was made. That's why a lot of brothers is coming home after doing 20 and 30 years, because they would hid evidence in trial, all of the above. And now this case right here, Puff and them wasn't going for it and was in front of the cameras. But if they would have pulled this one off, a lot of us black brothers will be in trouble. A lot of our young sons, cousins that grow up to be celebrities, even the females grow up to be celebrities, if they get powerful enough to be able to dictate a lot of things out here, they're going to try to pull us down. If they make that RICO be able to be an act of, that's what we can use to bring them down. The same way they use rape. A girl can say rape after 50 years, and then she get proven, it get proven that she was lying. She don't even go to jail. But you could place a 911 call, and if you lied on that, you going to jail. Easy. But they don't allow that. But if they make a law about that, that would stop. Girls ain't going to be making these false claims just because they want to get money, or they mad at the person because they don't want to deal with them no more, all of the above. So it's wrong for her to put out that stigma of Puff is snitching. Now, don't, come on, he about to come home. Why would you know negative energy travel faster? And homie from, his name is Sean G, Podcast with Soul, said she's lying. He's been following the case from day one all the way up to the last part of them and then doing their closing arguments. And he said she's lying, and she's been lying, and that's not cool for her to do that as a black woman. If she ain't black, she got some black in her. She wouldn't feel that way if she have a kid and that kid grow up, and when he's outside, he's going to look black to them. If she do have any other race in her blood, they don't care. He's black, and lock him up. She wouldn't like none of that. So making this stuff up, putting a man behind bars because you see he has a sexual appetite, that's his personal business. But he is wrong for putting his hands and feet on Cassie. Yep, lock him up for that. But it's too late. They didn't even charge him for that. They was going for the gusto, and they trying it, and they seeing if that RICO worked. When they figured out that snitching was successful for them, they dropped charges on even murderers, and then just to get another big fish after a person put 20 people down. and they still get a little bit of time. So, it's crazy. I just wanted to say that to Tisa. You need to take that down off of YouTube. That Puff is snitching because you are dead wrong. Anybody that knows her, tag her, tag her. She need to see this because that's not right. That ain't even right by his family. You have people looking at his kids crazy. Now your daddy a rap. Your daddy that travels. That word is rough, and we can't forget Nipsey lost his life behind that. And a lot of people will. It could turn street teeth, and I don't want that to happen to you. I did like your channel and all that, but you've been going hard before they even lock Puff up, saying stuff and saying stuff. And that ain't cool. So now I want to get into something. I got my brother up here, man, and I want to tell you I'm proud of you, bro.
Thank you, my brother.
I'm proud of you. I see your stuff. I gotta repost it because that's what I stand on. Street knowledge movement, and
Right,
street knowledge stands for we come from the streets, but we only speak it so the kids will understand that we not just anybody telling them anything just
right.
because we want to tell them something, even though it's the truth. They only gonna believe the people that been there and done that. So we got to
Exactly.
give them the stories because they wasn't there. So it's not bragging about nothing because there's nothing to brag about no about anything about streets and what we did and all that. We lived a very dangerous life, whether it was running and hiding from guns and running and hiding from the police. And thank God police wasn't doing all the killings the way they doing now, pulling you over for stuff. But yeah, I wanted to tell you I'm proud of you, and I want you to break down your new project that you got going on so people can understand, because a lot of people be watching your other one, PBS, positive
PBN,
over
PBN,
negative,
PBN.
PBA,
Right, right.
positive beats negative facts. So now explain this one to them because a lot of people need to hear this and see this because a lot of our people out there got kids that's doing a lot of things and getting caught up. I got a friend, her son got caught up in a car, and we'll get into that a little bit later, but got caught up in a car and a friend just picked him up and he didn't even know it was stolen. Police chase, and that's not cool. He didn't
Right.
know, and he still got to go through the motions. But give us a quick overview of what you got going on, bro.
Well, first, let me introduce myself for those that don't know. My name is Q Life. I was born in prison, but I was raised in New York. Um, and growing up in New York, in Queens, but I was all over. I just wasn't stuck to one section. I wound up getting into the street life. I didn't have enough of my family around, things like that. And I did a lot of things in the streets that I shouldn't have done.
Right,
Uh, and I did 6 years, came home, started having children, and that's what kind of made me start wanting to change my life. But I was still into the streets and things like that. But once I realized that all my homies in the streets was dying or going to jail for life, instead of 6 years, they was going to jail for life. I said, I'm next. I'm either going to go to jail for life for putting somebody down out here, or I might get put down because I was really into some things. Um,
facts.
so I'm not saying that because of what I'm doing now that I'm perfect and I've never done these things. But what I didn't do, what I can say is that it's a different time, and this generation now are doing things differently from when we were doing it when we were young. We wouldn't, if I saw my enemy in the streets when I was younger and he was with his child or his mother or his family, I gave him a pass. Uh, if I seen an old man walking up the stairs, I'm not pulling out my phone to laugh at him and look at him, look at this guy. I would help him because my OGs in my hood, if you didn't help an elderly person, they got on you about that.
Facts.
Nowadays, these kids will pull out the phone and laugh at them if they see somebody falling or something like that, or getting beat up and getting jumped. Back in my days, if we saw somebody getting jumped that didn't deserve to get jumped, we helped that person. We jumped in, or we at least stopped it. So when people say, "Oh, the same thing you did the same thing back in the days that we did," no, I did not do the same thing. Things were going on. I was a street dude and I did some things, but I didn't do it like that. So there's a difference between having morals and principles in life.
Right,
So once I figured that out, and even to go back to that, back in the days when we met, Boosie, I met you coming to North Carolina when I was doing the music when I was wild. Um,
right,
and you know, you were about your business. You were somebody that was about your business that's older than me, you're OG, and you and your brother Sean Boy, y'all were doing things already, right? So I started getting into like, damn, hold on. I'm doing my career and I'm realizing it's about business. So once I started realizing that, and then I got children, I said I got to change my life around. And maybe 5 years ago, I moved to North Carolina. I started PBN Network, which stands for Positive Beats Negative.
Right.
And I wanted to change the narrative to what's going on in the streets. I wanted to change it to what's going on, period, in the world, in our community. So I started doing giveaways. I started just doing the right thing, trying to promote positivity. But if
Right.
negative things or something came my way, I'm gonna handle it. I'm never gonna be. I'm never soft. I don't hang around soft people. But
Facts.
I want to promote positivity and put that energy out there. And for the 5 years I've been doing it, there were times almost maybe once a year I wanted to give up because I wasn't getting to the place where I thought I wanted to be. But in all reality, I didn't trust the process, and now the process is working for me. Um, and a guy that I interviewed by the name of Prison Doctor, I interviewed him about 2-3 years ago on my page, and ever since then he's been watching me. Now that man right there has been to prison. Same thing. Come home, changed his life around, and now he was doing exactly the things that we were into, but he was at a different level and he had higher better tools to now enter these homes of these children that have behavior problems and mentor them and discipline them, and it works. It works. He called me at 8 o'clock in the morning one day, maybe about a month ago, 2 months ago, and matter of fact, before that, I had moved back to New York for a little while to take care of some things, and I was going through some things, and that man kept in contact with me and gave me some people to network. He branched out to some people for me. Um, so I say that to say that man is really genuine. Um, he has a heart, and he loves these children.
Right.
He called me at 8 in the morning and said, "Hey, what's going on? How you doing? How you been, man? I see you doing your thing with the PBN network, man. I love what you're doing." I said, "Thanks, man. Everything going good. I'm all right. And he said, "I got a proposition for you." He said, "I want you to work with the prison doctor, and I want you to be the assistant, the prison doctor assistant for
Wow.
North Carolina, the
Nice.
whole North Carolina." And I cried. I was in my bed. I'm waking up, and I started tearing. And I said, "Thank you." I said, "You don't even understand how much this means to me right now to be able to do what I wanted to do anyway and get paid for it too."
Trust the
You understand what?
process.
Yes, like. So that's what I mean by trust the process. Well, all these years I've been thinking, "Oh no, it's not happening the way I want it to happen," and then boom, here it goes. Now it's happening, and I'm able to get paid for it. But the best thing about it is not getting paid for it. The best thing is that I'm saving lives. I'm gonna be able to save lives. Like, you
Facts.
know how they have that show? I don't know what it's called. The jail show where the guy's going into the jail and scaring up the kids, like
Oh
sending the
yeah,
kids
you're
to
scared
jail,
straight.
scared straight, right? I love that show. I'm not taking nothing from that show. That's an awesome show too. But I feel like this is even better. You know why? I've never seen anybody doing this. There's nobody else doing this. Like actually going into the homes of gang members and things in that nature, right? The reason why I say it's better, but I'm not taking nothing away from the other show, is that we're catching them before they have to go to jail.
Facts. I was letting you say it. I already knew what you was about to say. Yes,
See,
sir.
that's the difference right there.
Big
To get
difference.
them going, we don't even want them going to the prison. We don't want that. So we're stopping
Facts.
that. We're stopping prison and death before it comes for these children um, that don't realize or don't know. And then some of them do. So it'll be like a 16-year-old. He's disobeying. He's not listening to his mother. He's not going to school. He's part of a gang. He's performing in gang activities. So what we do is we speak to the parent. We let the parent know what's going on, and know the parent lets us know what's going on.
Right.
And we make our move. We go. That child is not going to know. He doesn't know. You know what I'm saying? But we make our move. We go in there, and we discipline that child. Now,
Do y'all film
nine,
it?
yeah, 9 times out of 10, that child is going to spill the beans. He's not going to be as gangster as he was when he was gangster with his mother, his parents, his grandmother. We didn't see children that hit on their grandmothers. That you know what I'm saying? Do certain things to their own siblings.
That's a
Um,
no-no.
yeah. So when they have a grown man in their face that's been in the streets, that comes from the streets, that is a good male figure, that's a good father, they're gonna break down. They're gonna break down, and we're gonna break them down. And this is our job. is to break these children down so that they can understand that that ain't the way. You ain't as tough as you think you are now. You ain't got no gun, and now it's a man in front of you ready to show you that it ain't worth it. And they're gonna break
Facts.
down. And that's our job. That's our opportunity. That's the opportunity to really save these lives. And that's our job right there, to save lives. We don't care about the likes and the views. We love it because we're getting the support. But it's about saving a life, man. And that's what I'm doing now. So I hope that what I'm doing now, all of my followers can understand it, grasp it, and start connecting with it. Even with what Bootsy's doing, it's the same thing basically. Street knowledge. We are coming from the streets, and then we're changing our lives around and giving you the knowledge that you need to know now, because it's over. The streets is over. That's number one. The streets is
Over.
over. The other day I was like this. Oh shit! I was driving. They got cameras on the highway on the pole, the light poles.
Facts. They
Cameras
been there.
everywhere. There's snitches everywhere.
Nobody never knew the cameras was there. And
Exactly.
this is how they catch people. You wonder, like, damn, how
Wondering
they
why.
catch them? And they did something right here. They got cameras now where when they want, if it's a case bad enough, they seen when you made a left on this street, a right on this street, when you got on a highway, when you went all the way up to another county. They got all of that, and nobody never knew it. And
Let,
some people still don't pay attention to it.
facts,
You
facts.
just did.
Let me answer some of these people. So Durham Meek said, "What about the people who have federal serious charges? OG, we ain't never getting a job." Don't say that. Don't put that in the air. Let me tell you something, man. I know a lot of people that's been in state and federal that have jobs right now. That's not true.
That's a
Don't. I
fact.
don't want you to believe that. That's
Don't
not true.
believe it.
Yeah,
My
don't believe
friend
that.
Baby
Now,
Moth.
I, I,
Baby
I
Moth.
get it. I get it. It's harder. It might be a little harder for you guys, right?
Right.
But I did state time. I didn't do federal time. I did state time. But I know people that done federal time, and it's pretty much easy to get a job out here. It's just that a lot of people don't want the jobs that they get offered at the time. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something, right? Start learning how to do construction and moving. Those are jobs you can get. You're a man. You strong. Those jobs don't care about you being locked up. It's
Right.
easy to get a construction job or a moving company job. I've had it all my life. That's all I did was moving and construction. So don't put that in the air. Don't put in the air that you
CDL.
can't get a job. You
Somebody
can't.
said
You can't.
CDL.
Yep,
Keep going, my
CDL.
bad.
Right. You can get a job. You know what I'm saying? You can get a job. Don't never discourage yourself. Don't make yourself feel like you can't get a job. If you got a car, you can do DoorDash. There's ways to get money out here. So we don't want to see, that's the thing, but that's the difference. We don't want to scare these young men that are coming up now that think that they can't do this, they can't do that. You can do it. You can do it. There's always a will. Where there's a will, there's a way. You can do it. Start your own job. Start your own business. Like there's a way though. You understand what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
because the internet is big. You can sell something on the internet and start making some kind of money. It might not be the kind of money you want, but it's a
Right.
start. Getting out there in that heat in construction, getting out there in that cold weather is the same thing. You got to endure it and put in your mind,
That's
I
right.
could be doing this or I could be doing time. Pick your poison. You can't get lazy. A lot of them get lazy and be like, I ain't gonna keep going out there in that heat. I ain't gonna keep going out there in that cold. And then they take a choice and go right back to prison. And
Right.
that's the point with that. But I'm listening,
Right.
bro.
Yep. Break it dawn. How you doing? Break it dawn. The energy you use to get locked up just gotta get redirected. Exactly. You understand what I'm saying? And you 27 years old. You said 27 years old, man. Yeah, man. Listen, you got all the time in the world. You still got a lot of time, my brother, to go get a job, to get your life straight. I'm 45 years old. When I was 27, I think I was still kind of running wild. Understand what I'm saying? So it wasn't until I was in my late 30s that I really started changing my life around. So you got plenty of time. I got more life behind me than I got ahead of me. You got more life ahead of you than you got behind you. So
Facts.
do not think that way. Don't think that way. Everything is possible. You're 27 years old. You get out there, go get some certificates. I got a certificate for OSHA. You can do that. They can't tell you you can't get a job just because you did federal time or state time. I don't know who told you that. Not true at all. Do your homework first. Do your history. Start meeting people, networking with people. Get some business cards. These things I had to learn it myself too. That it's not that hard to do these things. It's just that, like Breaking Dawn said, sometimes we don't put that same energy as we do to the negative stuff into the positive stuff. That's just like a relationship. If you don't put the good energy into the great things, into trying to make something work, it ain't gonna work. If you keep putting the energy into whatever happened in your past or what happened in the past, it ain't gonna work. It's the same thing. Life, everything, dealing with life, friendships, relationships, street stories, all of it counts. Put that
Facts.
energy into that. It's all about
Facts.
the energy.
Manny, what's up? Blackface, I see you, boy.
Hey,
But
salute,
yeah,
salute.
you got to put that energy in if you want to get good energy back to you. And always, don't forget, don't get discouraged of the process, because once you get discouraged, that's when you are going to end up back in prison. Because nothing, like you said, it ain't hard, but it ain't easy neither. We got to keep it 1,000. But that's the
Right,
part where you say it's going uphill. You guys keep fighting, keep fighting. Once you get to the top like a roller coaster, you start soaring down, and then you look back and be like, damn, I'm glad I stuck to the script.
right,
I'm glad, because now nobody can't tell you nothing. You went out there and did it, hard sweat, tears, and the agony of the coldness, the agony of the hot weather. Look, man, it's never hard. I'm out here selling watermelons. I ain't never think that I sell watermelons, but a lot of the people don't know that that's called living off the land. And there's so much money into the watermelon movement. I'm learning how to actually go to these farms now, and I'm actually talking with people that got some land and don't know what to do with it,
wow.
and they are willing to let me get their land. And I got some growers I've been talking to that we are getting ready to start a process of growing.
That's right. That's a
So it
great
all
thing.
leads up to something. And I'm not even talking about the stuff I'm doing with movies and music and all that. I'm talking
Right,
about while I'm out there putting in that hard work, I'm still on my phone discussing business for movies and music and all of the above, all at the same time.
right.
So it ain't what you do, is how you do it.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact, man. And I'm proud of you too, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you're somebody that comes from that, from exactly what Meeks is talking about, and you're even older than us, and you're still out there moving and pushing and doing what you got to do, leaving the streets alone, but still at the same time, people respect and know where you come from. So man, ain't nobody trying nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Um,
Facts.
so just keep that going. I I just want to tell the people that's what it's about. Keep pushing, keep following your dream. Don't let nothing stop you. Also follow my new page. It's the Prison Doctor Dr. Prison Dr. Assistant of North Carolina. Go follow that page. It's my new page for the work that I'm doing now. And stay consistent, y'all. Stay consistent and
Yeah.
never think negative like that. A lot of people think negative and think negative is the only way to make money. Negative is not the only way to make money. It's not. I'm telling you that right now. It's not.
That's the
You know
easy
what I'm saying?
route.
It's
And
the
the easy
easy
route
route now. Yep,
always
it's now that's
land
right.
us in
It's
jail.
easy. It's easy as hell. You could go right now. I know somebody right now that's telling me, "Yo, be negative because you go. Let them. That's for you. But don't
Facts.
tell me I can't make money by being positive. It might
Facts.
take a little bit more time and extra work for me, but I'm willing to
Facts.
put in that extra work. You know why? Because I'm a godly person. It's God time. I'm on God time. I'm not on the devil time. If you're on the
Yes.
devil time, stay the fuck away from me.
Yes.
Stay the
Please say
fuck away
your
from me.
prayers
I
every
don't care
day,
about none
man.
of that.
Before you walk out that door, man. If you're not into that, you gotta find it. I ain't telling nobody to be all, into the I'm so spiritual. No, give
Right,
God something, and
right,
and you're gonna get that energy back. And like Durham Meeks just said, we're gonna do something big in North Carolina because they got a good movement going over there. And once you all got, and it's positive too, with all the cars and meeting up and everybody networking, that's powerful within itself for them to
right,
be able to create that. And now they bring that to North Carolina, same way the BBS boys brought it to North Carolina. I seen so many people I didn't see in a long time, and I met so many people that I've never met before. I've probably seen them on here on the IG, and they probably seen me up here on the IG, but we had a good time, and I'm still networking with some of them people. So all of that is positive. That is
right.
exactly what you are explaining right now to them. That's
Yeah, man.
big, and we can't lose when we do it together
That's right.
at all.
And that's another problem too we have coming together. See
Right.
now, let me explain something about that, right? Think about this, right? When something negative is going on, or when people are talking about the celebrities, or whatever, right? Everybody comes together on their Instagram and on social media to make memes, and we come together and make it be funny. Don't get me wrong. It's all funny. It's all fun and jokes.
Right.
It's cool, but everybody come together for that.
Right. Right.
Just like
For
you
the
said,
negative part
with, yeah,
of it.
with the Diddy shit and all that, everybody makes jokes and comes together for that on the internet, right? But in real life, nobody's coming together to stop hating on each other. Let's make money together. Let's do a business together. Nobody's coming together for that. They hating on each other instead. Because this
Facts.
person wants more money than this person. This person wants to be the boss. Nobody wants to be a soldier. Nobody wants to be none of that. Well, guess what? The movement that I'm doing right now, I got with that movement because I was a soldier for a long time.
Facts.
You
That's what
understand what I'm
make
saying?
generals.
And now I'm working together. Matter of fact, shout out to the prison doctor. Shout out to the national director prison doctor out there in Atlanta right now. The whole prison doctor movement right now. Shout out to them. I owe it to them right now and to the Lord for helping me get to this position, to the position where I want to be at right now. They're doing great things over there, so I suggest all of y'all follow that. All of my followers, make sure you follow Boosie. If you're not following him, he's doing great things. He got a podcast show going on. He actually
Facts.
interviewed me. Let's get it. Let's
Yeah.
work on being positive. It's not hard to do that. No, it is. Matter of fact, it is hard to do that, but you rather do something that's easy. That's why your
Right.
life. That's why you can't do nothing that's hard. When something hard comes your way, you give up. You know why you give up?
Facts.
Because you're so used to the easy shit. And you don't
Exactly.
want to do the hard shit.
It's always
You know?
another door behind that easy stuff. Like Breaker
Yeah. That
Dawn
don't
just
last. The
said.
easy stuff don't last too long. Think about it. Think
Look what
about it.
Breaker Dawn
Easy
just
stuff
said.
don't last.
Breaker Dawn said you could drive with confidence with a car full of watermelons. But you ain't driving, you driving and you nervous when you got a car full of guns, drugs, or anything illegal. But
Exactly.
watermelons, yeah, and you get into the bag.
Watermelons, yeah. Yeah,
Think facts.
right.
And this is what I be explaining to my boys. Let's come up with a corporation and move these watermelons the same way the white people is doing. And I'm just saying the white people because they was making these moves with these trucks and all that. And I started an 18-wheeler company. The hardest thing was keeping drivers. A lot of them came home from jail and I was hiring them. They'll work and be like, before they start, they be like, yeah, man, I could work this many hours and still be back home. Yeah, man, I'm with it. I'm with it. The first little 2 weeks, they start slacking up, and they ain't understanding that it ain't really that hard to ride. It's just hard to stay focused driving because you get tired at night and stuff like that.
Or you know what else too? We have a problem with in our community, our culture? Trauma. How to deal with trauma.
Right.
See, a lot of people got trauma in their life, right? I got trauma in my life. I got things I've been through that's crazier than some people that think they've been through the most shit, right? It's about how you handle that. If you 40 years old, 35 years old, anywhere from 30s all the way up to the 50s, right? And you've been through some trauma and you letting that stop what you're doing now still, if you
Right.
still allowing the trauma you've been through years ago determine your future right now, something is wrong with you. You need change in your life. You need God in your life. You got to get it right. You got to get it right
And
because you can't move on just because of what happened to you in the past. Do you know what happened to me in my past?
yeah.
I
They
don't have
don't,
mother or father. Huh?
right.
I was
Right.
born in prison. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't even gotta say all the rest. Just that alone, that's traumatizing. I didn't have
Facts.
no parents. And guess
Facts.
what? I'm not letting that stop what I'm doing now. It might be other
Negative.
stuff in my way that stops me that I gotta get rid of and deal with when I'm walking through the path that the journey that I'm going through. But as far as
Facts.
letting that, no. I cry
You're an
about it and all that.
inspiration. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the past trauma, people be letting, oh, no, I can't do this because this happened to me back in the days of my life. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't stop eating pork because I've been eating pork all my life. Okay, guess what? So a dude that been in the streets all his life and it ain't go nowhere, he keep going back and forth to jail, it's time for a change. Stop eating that pork.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm not specifically just meaning pork because there's a method in my madness and everything that I
Facts.
tell you. I'm just using that as an example because there's people that just been through so much in their life. They base their present life off of that now. Even with relationships, if a certain niggas done treated you dirty and did certain things, you keep that in the relationship that you in now and think that everything that person does. Oh well, I remember this happened, so that's what you're doing because the other nigga did it. Wrong. That's not every
Facts.
case. Every man is not a bad man. Every woman is not a bad woman. You got to learn how to deal with your past trauma and stop bringing it into your new relationships. Stop bringing it into your new friendships. Stop bringing it into your new business ships.
Facts.
Stop bringing it into your new car. You know what I'm saying? People bring that same energy into the space that they in now, and then that energy rubs off on the person that's the good person trying to fucking help you.
Facts.
And then
That's a
now that person energy bad, and they fighting you
right.
because you acting like a demon. So now I
Facts.
act like one because I, I don't know no better. Somebody treat me the wrong way, I'm gonna treat you the wrong way back.
Facts. That's a fact, man.
Come
And
on, man.
I,
People
I,
gotta learn how to deal with their past trauma. That's it. That's all you gotta do. It's easy.
and every man, even women, well, even a man that goes through it is the same thing. They hold against the woman that they are with what they went through, and that's not good, and that's not fair to each other in relationships. You can't hold on to that. Let that go. See what else is in store for you in the future with that person, or what's in store for you with what you got going on now, as far as getting another job and utilizing your past trauma. Sometimes it be an excuse because you really don't want to work, and that means you want to have a pity party for yourself. Man, I just went through all of this. This is why I couldn't get up this morning. I went through this last year, and it was on my mind today. Man, last year ain't got nothing to do with what's going on now, because now you letting that affect you. That's going to have power
Right.
over you for the rest of your life. And
Rest of your
especially if
life.
you're worrying about a person you used to be with, that person's still going to have power over you now for the rest of your life. That's a no-no. Never bring that into what you got going on now. It is what it is. That person did what they did. I'm not thinking about that. I'm moving forward. The person that I'm with, I'm rocking with that person. That's how you supposed to think, man.
Yeah.
Facts.
You know, yeah, you know how you tell somebody some shit like, yo, listen, if you do it this way, you know, boom, or if you eat this way, or if you eat that, or if you do this or you do that, and they be like, well, nah, I never did that in my life, day in my life. So before you did what you started doing all your life, you didn't do it at one point. You didn't do it. You
Right.
tasted it and then started liking it.
Right.
Try this. Try something new. Try the new block. Try going to
Facts.
another block. That's what I did. I left my old block alone and I decided to move out of town. I just left. Tried something new. And look, I'm a new person now. Because if I was still in New York, I wouldn't be this person I am now, because I would have still been around people that was encouraging me to still be in the streets, to still do street things. You know what I'm saying? I'd have been seeing it. I'd have been right there in the mix, and I wouldn't be able to hold back. Sometimes you got to change certain things that you do. And the only reason why I'm breaking it down with food too is because people don't understand that the food that you put in your body is the shit that you give out. So if you're eating bad food all day, every day, you're gonna be a bad person. You're gonna have bad vibes. You're gonna have negative and devilish thoughts because that pig is the devil. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
That's a fact.
I ain't trying. But I'm speaking facts, and I only speak facts. And people start realizing it when certain things start happening, and I'm like, oh, didn't I tell you that? Oh,
Facts. You know what Dame said one time? Dame said, when you got diabetes, some people get diagnosed with it later on in their life, didn't even
right,
know they had it. One of my homies up in Raleigh, which I know it. I don't want to speak his business because he,
right, right.
I ain't see him speak about it, but was diagnosed with diabetes. He didn't know what was wrong. Now, what Dame said was, you either gonna eat right or you gonna eat wrong. And when you eating wrong, that means now he said, I can't take a chance of eating to die. Because when you eating wrong, you eating to die. But you eat
Mm.
right, you eating to prosper yourself and do the right
Wow,
things.
wow.
So everything you saying, it just makes so much sense, bro.
Hey, here go an example of myself. I used to smoke cigarettes heavy.
I remember.
You remember, right?
Yes.
I used to smoke a pack of cigarettes a day, and most of that pack hardly I was giving any to anybody. So I was smoking it by myself, back to back. It was just a feeling. So I know what it's like, right? So once I started coughing too much and I started having breathing problems, and then the doctor told me, he showed me my shit, looked at my lungs and showed me my shit. If I would have continued, that's when I quit. But if I would have continued, just like you said, if I would have continued to put that poison in my body, that means I'm smoking to kill myself.
Exactly.
Some people know, like, there's rat poison in cigarettes. You know that, right?
Yeah, I heard. Yes.
It's rat poison in the filter of cigarettes, Newports.
That's
So if you
wild.
keep smoking Newports, you don't give a fuck about your life.
That's wow. That's
But
crazy.
it's harsh. It sounds harsh the way I'm saying it, right? But
But
it's
you should.
true reality, and
That's a
that's what
fact.
people are scared to deal with. Reality of that. Damn, I do this all this, or I've been doing this all this time. Oh, it got rat poison in it. You're trying to ignore the fact that I just said it got rat poison in it. But when you smoke that cigarette, that's what you're smoking, and you're killing yourself. So how the fuck you care about me if you don't give a fuck about yourself? That's how
Facts.
we gotta start thinking too.
Took the words out my
You
mouth.
cannot care about me if you don't care about your own life. Go look it up. Go look up, go read the back of a cigarette card. It'll tell you right now what it got in it. And you will still
Facts.
go smoke it. You don't give a fuck about yourself. Excuse my
Facts.
language. You don't care about yourself. I care about myself. So there's certain things I'm not gonna do. Now, am I perfect? Is there still things that I do that I shouldn't do right now? But I'm fixing right now. I'm fixing all of that. I'm trying to become a better man. I swear to God, I don't even be wanting to curse, but I find myself cursing,
Right.
screaming,
Right.
and doing all this and that because I get provoked. But
Right.
then I sit back and once I have time to think and calm down, I'll be like, damn, I shouldn't have did that. Now I'm calm. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you see
Yeah.
how I'm getting hyped now and I'm screaming, but I'm doing this because I'm speaking passionate. Some people think that I'm screaming at them. I'm not. I'm just talking passionate.
It's the brutally honest truth is what you spitting right now. And you
That's it.
feeling
That's
it
all I try to do.
and you're trying to give it to the audience and your audience what where you really coming from. And people gonna feel it more better by you speaking it that way. Some smart people will say, man, he ain't saying it thorough enough for me to understand it. But smart
Right.
people will say, yo, I can tell this brother passionate. And I'm feeling the energy as you speaking it, man. And not only that, it's making me think about, damn, is there some stuff I need to change? What you speaking is effective right
It's a
now.
lot of things that we all need to change, right? But don't get discouraged just because you didn't change this and didn't change that. As long as you change something and as long as you're working on yourself, it's all about it's a process. It's all about
Being
working on
accountable
yourself.
for your
Yeah,
actions.
accountable. That's another thing. Accountability that people don't like to take. But once you start taking accountability of the things that you do yourself, and you know as a grown person you're doing something wrong, that's the start. You got to start there first before you can really start changing your life around. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I had to take
Right.
accountability of myself. Like, nigga, you out here doing this to this person. You slapping this person up for no reason. You extorting this person. You doing that's wrong. You can't be doing that because you got a son that's 23 right now. Somebody could be doing that to him. Do you want that to happen to him? No. Boom. I took accountability and I said, nah, I can't do that. I actually went back to my old hood in Jamaica, Queens, and somebody that I was doing that to, I went to him and he was so scared when he saw me. He thought that I was gonna be on his heels. And I said, nah, man, you good, brother. He heard me say brother. And he was like, huh? This ain't Q life. I said, nah, man, listen, man, you good. Don't worry about it. I love you. Don't ever let nobody do that to you again.
Facts. That's
What?
big.
Come on, bro.
That's
That's
big.
when you know you changed. That's when you know. You know what I'm saying? But it's still things that I gotta work on. I think my main thing that I think I gotta work on is how to deal with people that throw it my way. Like sometimes I don't know how to deal with that. I ain't gonna lie. Like I could be a positive dude and be positive all day, but once somebody gives me that bad energy, I give them that same energy back. It
Mm-hmm.
irks me, and I have to. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody honking his horn at me and acting like he acting stupid over road rage, now I'm acting stupid. And I'm
Right.
like, yo, I ain't letting nobody violate me.
That's deep.
I gotta still stop that too, because when I let somebody that means they controlled me. They controlled my feelings and my emotions and made me act like how they act and stoop down to their level. And that's the only thing, like right now, that's what I'm working on. I gotta work on.
Yeah, it's called
It's hard.
don't be
And that's
mad
hard.
at certain things you can't control. Meaning that road rage thing, you know you didn't do nothing wrong, but a person ride by crazy, like what you
Yeah.
blowing the horn at? You flip out.
Yeah.
You supposed to
Yeah.
you supposed
I
to
just
look
did
at
that
him and
today. Fuck you,
you
keep
supposed
your
to
horn.
look at him and be like, man, I ain't even do nothing. Go ahead. You
Right.
wasting my time.
Mhm.
It's equivalent to a person if we in the club and a person walk by and bump you and he don't even know it. I say, yo, pardon me, homie. And even though he bumped me, he didn't know it. Now it's equivalent to a person across in the club also mean mugging and staring. It's like, I'm gonna go ask him, what is you
Right,
staring
right,
at?
right,
In our
right.
day and time, we have to walk, yo, homie, is a problem or something. But no, you can keep me mugging. Long as you over there, I'm good. I ain't walking over there. I can't make you stop looking from across. You got freedom of speech and you got freedom to do what you want. Long as you over there ain't bothering me, I'm not even gonna get caught up in that. Because as
Right.
soon as you go over there and do that, that's why fights start in the
Yep.
club out of the blue and
And
people
then
be
and then
wondering.
all that is the devil tricking you out your spot.
Facts.
Kicking you right out your spot. Now you
Facts.
locked up. You beat this dude up. You locked up. You lost this. You had some money to go get. You fucked that up. All because we got tricked out our spot.
One little thing, man.
Little thing and
I
trigger.
used to tell my brother and Richie Rich and all them when we was out there in the mean streets and running through Durham Wild and all that. But we was getting a lot of money. We had people that we had problems with. They'll see him in the club and they be like, yo, we getting him right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, nah, no,
Not
because
right now. Not
if
right
we
now.
beat him down in here right now, we jump on him. Even we don't beat him down good. Just get him enough, and he get up out of there. Security get him out of there. He go outside, and somebody else in there had a problem with him and see it. They go outside and touch him up real quick. Who they gonna say did it?
Right.
Us.
Exactly.
We
Exactly.
can't be moving like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being, all them things that you're saying, and it's called fall back to get ahead. Fall back from all your negative thoughts, your negative ways, and move forward the correct ways. Go back there and say, yo, this is what I'm changing. Like you said, I went back, thought about who I was extorting and wilding out with. Nah, I'm gonna go make it right. I'm gonna tell homie, nah, that ain't me no more, homie. You fell back from that. Now you moving forward with PB and the prison doctor movement now. It can't get no better than that. You can't be the best. You can't. You are one of the great role models that people really need to see. And this is why I had to bring you up here, because I'm watching you from afar. Even though you're my brother, we hang out sometime here and there. We don't see each other all the time, but I don't have to see you face to face. I see what you're doing, and that's why
Right.
I be reposting without you even asking me, because
Back.
that's what it's all about. So I watched you fall back and get ahead. Like you said, when you came down 8 years ago, y'all was on go time. You
Right.
ain't even trust us at first. And how we met, it was over some, yo, who told you y'all could book us? I said, somebody told me, I don't know who it was or whatever. Y'all was like, nah,
Word.
we ain't
Oh yeah,
coming.
you
I'm
right.
like,
You
all
right. You
right.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Facts. Facts.
I
Facts.
said, all right, cool. Y'all ain't coming then. And I sat back and thought about it. I'm like, well, homie and them popping, and they called me on their own. I like homie and them vibe, man. And I called back and Shay answered the phone. And I said, bro, well, how about we do this? We go ahead and book some. I'm going to pay y'all, put some money in y'all pocket. I like to see brothers doing what y'all do. And y'all came down. And when y'all came down, still was on easy, but y'all was watching everything. Why? Because y'all still had the street mentality, which we all did at the time, but we was doing parties and moving and trying to
Right.
do all the right
Right.
things, which led up to now. And that's why I say I respect what you're doing out here, bro. For real. And everybody needs to know this. At least my audience, my people, we taking this to YouTube. And this is what I want to say. We need to figure out a way to really commercialize that prison doctor while you really in there with cameras on different angles while you working and not paying the cameras no attention, the same way they do that scared straight movement. This need to go big and televised correctly, because that street that scared straight is on a lot of platforms. You
Right.
see it
Right.
on a lot of places, and that's what you and the doctor need to have yours on that platform. We got to go ahead and take
No, yeah, yeah,
initiative
yeah, yeah, yeah.
to
Definitely,
make that
definitely,
happen.
definitely. It's some things in play right now, but you know how that be, but they trying to just take it over and all that. So, you know what I'm
I
saying?
got you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
But definitely,
got you.
man. Yeah, definitely, man. That's what it's about, man. It's coming together, making some things happen, being creative, and reaching the goals, and don't lose purpose. Don't lose the purpose that you here for. Everybody is here for a purpose. We all have our purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Break it down.
Yes.
Q, you must have some Italian in you. LOL. Nah, I got no Italian. I got Puerto Rican in me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I
Right.
heard my pops was Puerto Rican. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Mom's was black, African, and Indian. So yeah, that's why look the way I look and all like.
Yeah. No diggity. No diggity. Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
Puerto
No
Rican
doubt.
in me, man.
Yeah.
Still, you feel me?
Italians got their swag and all that too now. So hey, it is what it is. That's a compliment.
Talk like
Take
I'm
that as a
Italian.
compliment.
I can talk like I'm Italian too.
Yeah. Big facts, bro. So
Nah,
yeah,
but
man.
seriously, man, yo, it was good. It was good coming up here. Thanks for having me, man.
And,
You
and,
know,
and
we
vice
need to do this
versa,
more
man.
often. Yeah, let's do it. You know, we need to do this at least once a week or something, man, or
Yeah,
two,
that's a
once,
fact.
twice a month. You know, get up here and talk. Give them that positive vibe. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Give them that
and
street
do
knowledge
do
vibe.
some touch ups and catch ups on what you did last week and all that. Keep the people abreast of what's going on and
All the
stuff like
time,
that.
all the
Yeah, that's a
time, man.
fact. I
All
agree.
time.
I agree with that, bro.
Yeah,
And we
yeah.
gonna do that, man.
Shout out to Shice Vader, Sean Boy Double, Richie Rich, the whole
Facts.
team out here. We moving. You got the joints with Akon. You know what I'm saying? Got the joint with 38 Special. You got the joint with
Facts.
Jim Jones. Like, it's a lot going on, y'all. It's really a lot going on. And y'all
And we
just should
got
come
the new
aboard.
movie. The new movie,
Oh yeah, the
wrong
new
number.
movie. Oh yeah, the
Wrong
new.
number.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I need my part in
You
that.
had
I didn't even get.
audition for it. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I
Let's
got you too
go.
late. I got you too. But then we filming the next movie, so I want all y'all who watching right now. We filming next month, July 15th, for the new movie Destiny. I'm doing a casting call. I will be shouting that out where y'all could come and do a casting call in North Carolina and possibly New York. But we will be filming on the 15th, so we're gonna get that out of the way. But the wrong number, I'm doing the soundtrack for it. I got Jim Jones up there, Dave East, Votto, Rich Homie Quan, God bless him. Pastor Troy, Nino Cahoots, Brick Squad, DJ Luke Nasty. Yeah, I got a nice lineup, and I'm adding some independent artists up there as well. So yeah, Sean Boy Double, Shy Beta. We about to go crazy on them out here, man. So
Yeah.
yeah, shout out to all of them, and I want to thank you once again, bro. But we're gonna keep this rolling so
Salute,
people
salute, salute,
understand
man.
what it
Shout out to
is, man.
everybody. Y'all already know what it is. PBN, we love y'all. Prison Doctor Movement is going up. We there. Save
Facts.
lives. Let's save these children's lives. That's what it's all about. And living your life,
Facts.
having fun, and being happy, man. That's what's
That's a
up.
fact, man. We do this for the kids, man. Salute to you, bro.
Salute.
I'll hit you later.
All right, Brody. Love.
One, love. I see y'all in a minute, man. Y'all know what it is. Your boy Big Boosie. I do this for my Street Knowledge podcast. Make sure y'all go to the podcast and check out some stuff up there. Send some drop some comments and all that on some of the things. We got Tisa Tells making up fake stories that Puff is snitching. That's not good. Never put a bone like that on nobody. Tisa, that's never good. And the Fat Joe situation, I've been talking about that. I want y'all to, go up there, check it out, drop some comments, man. I got more things to talk about. I see y'all in a minute. I see you, E730. Boy, love you. I'm about to hit you in a few minutes. One.